All right, guys. Paul Singh, the Market Speculator, with the trade report for Friday, December 15th, 2017. Really quick here, let's look at UA. Current position popping this morning. So we've got some good news here. You can see we closed at 1245. Entry was in the 1160s. So we were getting there yesterday. And today we're popping up to 13. So the top of our target range, exactly what we wanted to see. It was 1,400 shares, so it's going to be a nice win here. Looking to get out at the open. I'll watch it for a little bit to see if we get a little continuation, and maybe instead of 13, we can get out at 1320 or 1330. We'll see. If it starts to slide right away at the open, I will get out to make sure I lock it in. So expect an alert for exit on UA, profit taking near the open unless it continues to run, and then we could play for the bigger win. But we got the big win here, exactly what we want to see with UA. Patience has paid off. This is one of those set and forget it trades that for a while was a little frustrating, but we got there. So good trade with UA. And then Roku sitting at 46. Again, our entry was 43. It's been consolidating here under the highs. Set to open a little higher than the close, about a point, around 47. And again, we're waiting for that push higher. So those are only two current positions. And if we look at SPY here, down yesterday, 0.4%, looking like we could start seeing a pullback. Interesting here because when I looked at futures a few minutes ago, SPY was up around 0.2%, and it's showing up down slightly on here for pre-market. So I'm not sure what's going on there, but the Qs were also showing up as up, and they are up here. So at least the Qs are up pre-market, and then IWM has been lagging but up nicely pre-market here, and we'll see if we can get back up over. We want the Qs to do good heading into the end of the year. We're getting to the point now where in the middle of December we should see that late year push, and sometimes it takes a little longer towards the end of December before we start to see that, but we should see a push at some point, so we're going to be ready for that. Focus list. Not a lot of stocks, and we've got to talk about right now. We've got the big list that hasn't changed, and the current list. I'm going to start with one potential short, and that's BABA. BABA looks like a dead cat bounce at this point. Failed at the 50, broke down below the 9, and now is at 172. Bottom of the range here would be 164. So there is 8 points still until if it was going to test this low, and if it broke down, it'd be a really big one. So potentially a short in BABA. Now this thing could reverse, but looking decent as a short, maybe one to balance some longs if you've got 3 or 4 longs. GWPH broke out yesterday over the highs. Potentially a good entry. G coming back towards highs, holding the 9 looks good. I might enter that today. SQ, want to see it get back up over the 9. It's pulled back hard. If you can get back over the 9, could be a trend continuation. Amazon looking strong above its 9. I would expect it to test the highs soon and maybe break out. And then commodities, metals have been pretty good. And X is pulling back off the highs. Let's see how it holds the 9. And then OLED, semiconductor, had pulled back hard and is now testing the 9. And if it gets back up over the 9 around 170, let's say 172.50 to 173, we've got room, 20 points to test the high. So a good risk reward on this if we get that. So maybe I'll go with taking a shot at BABA as a short and adding a long to balance it out a little bit. That would give me 3 longs, 1 short, and if we take profits on UA, only 2 longs. So that's what we're looking to do today, heading into the weekend. Maybe adding positions here, and most likely next week will be an active week, depending on what the market does, but I would imagine it's going to be an active week. All right, guys, talk to you later.